Boom. All right, look at that. We're able to get here. It's been a trying day. Welcome to another fine edition of Tuesday with Todd. I'm your host, Todd, and it's Tuesday. So, hey, we're killing two birds with one stone, right? I'm Todd Tuesday. Here we go. It is the September 8th edition of this. I think I hear volume pulling back on that, so I'm going to try and break that down. Yeah, perfect. Because we're here at the home office. We're moving stuff in and out, so we're going to see how this works tonight. Tonight's episode, we're going to sublimate some pet bowls. So we're going to see how this works out. I bought somebody out, and it came with a bunch of different stuff. And what's funny is they weren't sure where they got some stuff at, so I did some research on it just to kind of guess, and we'll talk about that, on how things are all over the place. So I don't know how these are going to turn out. They could turn out great. They could turn out garbage. We're going to find out. So let's welcome everybody who's here. Wade finally made it. Thank you for showing up, Wade. Hello, Tanya. How are you doing today? Renee, howdy. Glad to hear my package made it to you. Sometimes I have an issue getting small packages to Renee, so I put a note on it for the postman, ma'am, and it made it. So hey, I'm happy about that. Hello, Janessa. Hello, Pilar. Glad to see you did not get snow. We've had rainy all day. Started last night, and it has just been a dreary day. Mid-50s here. Leanne, very nice to see you. Curtis, hello to you. Diana, welcome. Debbie, I'll be watching you on my big screen TV. Whoa! If a regular screen adds like 15 pounds. I don't know what a big screen adds, but that must be ginormous. Very trying day. Yes, it is as well here. So we sent Kyler, Corey's son, her number 3 of 4, sent him off to boot camp today at noon. So trying day for Mother Bear. I know he'll be fine and go through it, but we wish him the best with it. And it'll be fun and exciting. So, jury day, Mama Bear. Yeah, it was a fun day all the way around. And since it's Tuesday, what really a Monday, it just has been, it's been a fun day. Debbie, good to see you. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? Or as in the movie Frozen? Because I think I'm still fine. I'm looking on my other one, and I think it's good there. How's picture quality? I'm plugged into everything, so we should be good to go. So let me know. Let me know how the picture is. On my end, everything looks perfect, but I don't see anything else there. Hanging in, yes. Hello all to Maria and Martha. Wait there. And Maria, hello, and Martha, hello. Okay now. Good. All right, so let's get right into this, shall we? So tonight, we're going to do pet bowls. We're going to do them in the oven. The oven is, we'll switch over to that and show you the oven. The oven is from Walmart. It's just a regular convection oven from there. These pet bowls, I don't know where they're from, to be honest with you. It very well could have came from Condi. It could have came from JPP Plus. It could have came from, who else am I missing? Coastal. Could have came from any of the 3. So I'm not 100% sure where it came from. Now, funny thing is you can usually get pretty close on some of this stuff. But as I was going through it, Condi says that we should do it at 18 minutes for 425 degrees for 18 minutes. JPP says that we should do it for 400 for 16 minutes. And Coastal says 400 for 25 to 30 minutes. Awesome, right? So I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to try. I'm going to try with Coastal. I have a feeling that that's where these came from. Or not Coastal, JPP, Johnson Plus. Item number SUBPB7, because it's the 7-inch round, 3-inch tall. I think that's where this came from. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and give it a shot and see. So for the transfer itself, we've got a fun little transfer here. Dog's name. That's what we got going on it. Remember, when you're doing sublimation, you need to print in reverse when you're putting anything on an item. Next week, we're going to do the cutting boards. That's the plan, at least. And for those, you'll have to have your image right facing because it was applied from the back. But with sublimation on the front, With this, we use an Epson 7610 printer that we converted over to sublimation using inks from Cobra ink. So that's printer 7610 ink, Cobra ink. There's a good handful of good ink companies out there if you're going to convert a printer over. A couple things with converting a printer over. Remember, one, you're converting a printer. So you're taking a printer that wasn't made for sublimation and making it for sublimation. So expect the life expectancy of that printer to be 1 to 2 years. Some people have got way more, and some people have got a little less. So I like to say 1 to 2 years. You're going to have issues. It's not going to read cartridges sometimes. You're going to have to, refill inks. I would not recommend getting the continuous ink system or CIS because of the issues with airlocks in it that so many people have. That seems to be one of the biggest complaints that people have about it. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if you go with the Ego tank, you don't have to refill cartridges. You're just filling the tank, so you should be good to go on that. Issue with those is once you start getting up into those, you're pretty close to a Sawgrass. Or at least you can get the smaller Sawgrass for sure at that price. You're still less than what the big Sawgrass is, but you're going to be able to print 13 by 19 for a smaller ink cost and a smaller initial price point. Pros and cons of both. It's really up to you. I do have a feeling that when mine goes out, my plan was to jump up to the 570, but hey, they're out everywhere and mine's still working fine. So I think that might still be the plan, go with a 24-inch Epson, but maybe I'll join Team Sawgrass. I doubt it, but hey, maybe I'll be converted. There's this thing going on tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday called the Sublimation Summit. I'm pretty sure you missed out on it because I don't think any more signups are available. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they are. But they're giving some stuff away. Maybe I'll just win one and then I'll be fine with it. So we'll see what happens with that. As far as cooling, Aaron, no. If I read Coastal's thing, it does tell me to go ahead and dunk it. Yeah, it tells me to dunk it and dip it. But, we learned that with the mugs. While some manufacturers say to dump those mugs and you can dunk them, and some other distributors go ahead and do it, what we saw luckily from the film that ended up in there, as that dried, we saw the minute cracks that were in there. So let it air dry. That's the way I've always did it. I dunked for you guys, and it was a great debate, and we learned a lot. Oh, Joseph, what is the other 24-inch? You said there's another 24-inch. I thought I heard one, but I'm not 100% sure on it. Join Team 454. Yeah, so move back home and get a printer that's twice as big as that. There's actually a thought in that, and that might happen. And maybe like an oversized maxi press too. I'll tell you all about that later. We don't know what's going to happen. We'll see how everything plays out, but it's definitely not something I want to do. So let's get right into it. We got our ceramic bowl, and these are heavy bowls. I mean, those are some bad mamma jammers. Cost on these are going to range between, let's say, $6 to $9. That's what your cost is going to be, depending on the vendor, your discount, where you're at with it. $6 to $9 is what you're going to cost for it. I know what my cost in ink is. I know what my overhead. I know what I have in it. I would not charge any less than $30 for this. 35 is where I really want to be, because you're going to make this a personalized pet bowl. There are, if you look, one of the good places to go and check out and see, price related things is Etsy. Don't always go by the pricing, because their pricing is going to be different from yours because of different overheads and that. But you can see where they're picking up dollar store bowls, and they are putting on, vinyl name on it, and they're charging $15 for it all day. So, when you can do something sublimation that's this heavy and that, yeah, 30, 35 for sure on it. If you're doing a bunch of them, yeah, hey, you can give them a discount on it, but you got to sell you. You are what makes the product worth it. Sell the value behind it, sell the personalization, sell all of that. So we're going to get right into it. Let's see, I think I can kick this down just a little. Yeah. And I'm going to put that right there. As far as wraps, I do know, searching, these wraps are from Coastal. These are Coastal wraps, because that's almost positive that's what their wraps look like. So there's a chance that the bowl came from Coastal too, but man, 25 to 30 minutes seems like forever. That's like forever in internet time. So I don't know how long it'd be in the oven. And I don't know if I have enough material to cover that. So I'm pretty sure I have enough material to cover like 17 minutes. So we've got this here. And if I was smart, I would have already had one in there. And then that way I would have been able to put it in and we would have been fine. So when doing bowls, and that goes for, you know, anything really when we're doing it. One of the things, let's see if I can bring that a little bit over here, is to remember which way your design is. The good thing about these is that you can hold it up and most of the time you can see where everything is. Now, I bet I totally, yep. So you can look underneath there. Where's it at? See, I made this too big because I was in a hurry. So with that being said, let's try something else, right? Because I think I have another one in here, but I don't know if that's the same size. I'm going to get away with it. Yep, that's going to be the same. So we're just going to give this one a go, right? It's just for my dog. My dog can't read, and my dog's not going to be upset if it's a little off. But I will be able to see where it is, because that's the thing about measuring these is that just because it says something, you got to remember you got that curved edge. So just because it's a 3-inch, it's not really 3 inches, you know. Just because they say it's 3 inches doesn't mean it's 3 inches. Remember that. You got this roll here with it. So you have to take that into account. I did not take that into account. I was just like, oh, 3-inch bowl, I can put it on there. So we're going to cut off a little on the bottom. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not going to fight and argue with it. I'm going to trim this close to the top so that way I can put as much on it as possible and get as close to that as we can. And if it comes down, hey, it's going to come down, man. I mean, that's what we do here, is we show that, you know, things aren't always perfect, and then we're going to try and make them as perfect as we can. And it'll be close. It'll be close. So tape, I know somebody asked where I get clear tape at. I get my clear tape from JDS. One of the main reasons I use JDS is because they're only a day out from me. So I don't have to wait. In worst case, I could actually drive there and get it if I needed to. Now with COVID, you know, that kind of changes things. But if I need to. So you tape on one side, roll around. You can see we're going to have that little part that's going to hold them there. In fact, what I might do is I'm going to cut right there because it's just the part of the Y, right? So I'm going to try to tape this up. I am going to cut around that and then tape it down. And we're going to see what happens, right? Because like I said, that's what we do. So I'm going to see, I'm going to take that in there, that in there, and we're going to bring another piece of tape. And we're going to bring that right down to the bottom. All it can do is not work, but I think it will. So next up is the wrap. Now these wraps, man, each one is different, and it's always a fun thing to try and remember which way they actually go. And we're gonna do our best to see if I can nail it on the first shot. Because you know what, I'm gonna do it this way first. We'll see. So that should be like that. We should be good. Okay. So wrap that way. Boom. Let's see. What do we got? Any questions as we go? I can tell Woof Woof. Yeah, it is a dog bowl. Very good. Let's see. Summit was closed as of this morning. Summit was closed as of this morning. You might be able to email and see because I know they're still sending stuff out, but it might be there. Woof Woof. Yes, dog bowl. And I see Aaron, you said, how do I like the clear? Never a fan because it didn't stick as well. Really like the gold or blue. So I was usually a gold fan, but I just got the clear last time, and I really haven't noticed a difference, to be really honest with you. So when you do these, man, you gotta stretch. You gotta put some effort into it. Dare I say some ass into it. But once you get it up there, see, these go into here, those go into there, and I think that did it. Boom! Look at that. I did it. And since this goes up a little here, and I know this is going to go down here, I'm actually going to try and, where I've got that pulled, I'll try and bring that down there. So we got that in there. We'll go from there. And now we should be able to, and look, there's an oven, right? Sitting on top of a fridge, because that's what everybody does, right? I'm going to remove me here, but actually, no, I'm going to do that one. Which one am I going to do? That one, this one. Yeah. Can I just do, I guess, thumbs up, or give me a, yeah, you can hear me, or no, you can't hear me when I. Debbie said nope, so she was the first one in for nope. So I got to figure out how to make that. If I had a production guy, he would tell me how to make that work. So that's why I didn't do anything. I waited till it was there because I should be able just to make that dude, right? I should just be able to make that one, right? Whatever. Okay. So you're just going to see nothing on that screen, but you're going to see on this screen where, ooh, look, there's the oven. It's hot. We got it at 400 degrees. We're throwing that in there. Ooh, it is roasted. We'll close that up. Easy enough, right? We will set our timer. We're gonna give this a shot because I keep notes of stuff. We're gonna give it a shot, and we're gonna go timer at let's go 17 minutes to see what it looks like. So we got that cooking away in there. One of the things that I did have was that I was smart enough to grab my grill gloves. Because I had the other ones at work or at the shop. So I'm like, oh, I better grab those. So we got those to pull it out because I have a guarantee and that's going to be a hot mama jama on there. So we have those ready to go there. Let's see. What else do we have? It shows no microphone. Yeah, it shows no microphone because that one is just a camera. I just have it set on the camera so I don't get the crazy feedback. We're not sure if maybe that could be an issue on it. So we'll just let that cook away. Maybe we can see it come through. I could probably, put a little light better on it, but that's what we have there. Yeah. And that's let's see, what else did we have here? So I'm gonna go through, answer questions. Double screen fancy. I know. That's the great thing about StreamYard. If you're looking at doing lives, totally check into StreamYard because StreamYard offers an amazing service and there's tons of fun things that you can do with it. Besides being able to do the double screen, intros, outros, you can have a crap ton of people. I think it's up to 6 or 7. Aaron is my guy when it comes to that. So any StreamYard questions, he'll be happy to answer for you and get you the affiliate link for it as well. Debated going to the summit, no more signups. I mean, I only, put our discount code out there every day for 2 weeks. So if you missed out on the greatest show that's going on this week. Yeah, some say it's the only show going on this week. So of course it's the greatest, but I do have a feeling there's a hell of a speaker that's speaking there too. That guy, Aaron Montgomery, if you haven't heard of him, pretty good guy. But tons of great information that's going to come from that. So, and I'm hoping, networking from it, hoping to learn some things along the way. And hey, for the cost of it was pretty good with it. All right, we figured out the sound issues. Darren, glad for you to see us. Let's see where we got back over here. And what did Martha say? Cheryl did a live a bit ago, said there is no way to be able to allow people to sign up and get their info in. So it is. They're working well into night and early in the morning. It's hey, virtual summit, so it's going to be something fun there. Yeah, yep, that's the issue. When you close the face, the view mic goes away. Yeah, so I'll have to figure that one out or do something there. 10 people on StreamYard. Yeah, so up to 10 people. So you can have a pretty good fun thing with there for it. So how long are we cooking for? We're going to put this in at 400 for 17 minutes. So we've got 14 minutes left. It's going to be like cookies, I think, right? Cookies aren't even that long. So we're going to see, because like I said, so I found these 3 products. At Condi had them, Johnson Plastics Plus had them, and Coastal has them. All of them are 3 inches, 7 inches. All of them said 400 to 425. Well, I take that back. Condi said 425. JPP said 400. Coastal said 400. Condi says 18 minutes. JPP says 16, and Coastal says 25 to 30. So since I don't know where they came from, I'm going to go split that difference at 17 minutes for 400, and we're going to see what we get, right? This is all part of the testing process. This is something you need to realize, that when you're doing sublimation, you're going to have to test things out. Now, a good way to test these bowls, because here's a finished one. So there's Charlie Kitty, meow, meow, you know, and you can use the shrink wraps. I didn't have any big enough because I was going to try one way and one the other way. But when you're first testing, remember, you can just put an image right here and then test that and see how it comes out. Is it too light, too dark, or just right? Okay, well, if it's not how you want it, now do another image right here. And you keep doing that. You break it down. Now, I'm a total gunslinger, and we're just, seeing what's going to happen, right? Because, hey, that's what we do. So definitely test. And the cost of these are going to range from $6 to $8, depending where you are. So they're not cheap. So you want to make sure you know what you're doing. With the oven, hey, we're just testing stuff, man. We're gonna go. So I'll at least get you in the ballpark, and we'll see. Because if I pull that off and I peel it, because that damn thing's gonna be hot, I know when we pull it off there. We'll see where we're at for it. What else do we got here? That is true. The second best training, the best training, virtual. What are we gonna say? The best summit it would be. But that does bring up a very valid point. If you're not signed up for our next series of 5 keys, now's the time to do it. We're only a week in, and you can always go back and watch the first week. Last week was all on YouTube, so everybody shouldn't be able to know how to set up YouTube channels, how to run an ad for it, do all the nuts and bolts of YouTube. Now, this week is going to be AdWords. AdWords is something I'm really excited about, because I'm kind of on the fence about it, about how much I know or how much I think I know. So, it was good refresher to go back through it. Aaron put together a hell of a package for it. So you are going to be at least able to get a firm grasp on AdWords, because, really, we could do a full day training on AdWords. You could probably do a full week training on AdWords. And, we're going to try and get that info to you in an hour and a half. So, we're going to hit the high points on it. We're going to get you as much information as we can in that a lot of time, because we want you to be knowledgeable with it. From there, we've still got, a couple other things. We've got email marketing, we've got Facebook marketing, we've got Instagram marketing. So those are the next 3 series in it. For more information on that, you can head over to OurSuccessGroup.com, which I believe I even have a sweet little pop-up banner for. Yeah. You can go right here to OurSuccessGroup.com. You can also email Aaron or myself, or message us, reach out to us if you have any questions, because we're more than happy to answer them for you, because we want you to be, happy with when you sign up for it. Because we do have 3 levels of membership. We have our Success Tracker program, which, is pretty much your goal setting. This is, a lot of times we don't really try and accomplish something if we haven't written out that goal. So you need to make sure that you're writing out that goal, because then it becomes reality. So what better way to make that goal a reality than to go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to join this program for $25, and I'm going to have some support staff behind me. I'm going to have goals for the next 12 months. And as I reach certain milestones along the way, I'm going to get some cool stuff with it. So, hey, it's kind of like that kick in the pants that you need there. Now, from there is our monthly membership program. Monthly membership, you're going to get a minimum of 2 trainings a month, and that's going to be, hour to 2 hour trainings every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, and we cover topics that you want, because I'd say 90% of our training comes from what our members ask for, things that they want to know more about, things they want to know how to do. So we're not telling you what you need to know or how to do something. We're getting feedback from you, and so we're building those programs for you. So it's very interactive, helpful with it. We feel it's some of the best training that's out there in the market for it, because of the way that we're doing it. Instead of giving you this box and says, this is it, go. No, we're helping develop what you want to develop. So in turn, you're getting the training that you want out of it. And then lastly is our Masters of Success. God, man, I didn't even try and think about it, tried to kill it. Masters of Success group. So that's our inner circle. That's going to be, our next level. And with that, membership or enrollment is now open. Enrollment will go through September for it. That one is going to include everything from the monthly membership and the success tracker, but it's also going to be broken down into groups of 4 to 7 people, of like-minded people, of, to really accountability, to here's what we're going to do, here's this. It's really, if I had to put it in a nutshell, besides being mastermind, and sometimes when I say mastermind, people kind of, I don't really get it. It's almost like, you can have 4 consultants on staff, and you can go out and you can spend $25,000-$50,000 on each consultant, or you can join a mastermind and then you're in a consultant group with other people and they're there to help each other out and you're there to help them out. It's kind of like a BNI, only, you don't have to worry about the bringing the leads and things like that. It's, on the more of the networking, or not so much of the networking, but more of problem solving between each other, getting that core group together to help you, become successful in your business and push you to that next level. So those are the 3 levels that we have right now. You can find out all that information over at OurSuccessGroup.com. And hey, if you have any questions, just email us, reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to answer and give you everything you need. What do we have on a time check? We got 7 minutes. So 7 minutes. If you just joined us, we are doing pet bowls. So we got a 7-inch by 3-inch pet bowl in the oven right now. For that, we decided, hey, we just gambled on it, that we were going to kind of split times on it. We were going 17 minutes at 400 degrees for 17 minutes. The printer that we used was an Epson 7610 that we had converted with Cobra ink. With that, we printed in reverse. We attached it to our substrate of the bowl with heat tape. From there, we put a wrap around it, and from that, it went into the oven. So all the way around, I think we killed it. We just have a little under 7 minutes, and we're going to get to see how it turns out. So in this 7-minute time, anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? What's going on with you? What are you doing today? Because we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see how these all play out and go from there. Let me get to your comments and see where we are. Pricey, where did Pricey go? Pricey, like I said, $6 to $8. Facebook user FU, don't know who you are. If you want me to know who you are, you have a couple options. Hop over to the YouTube side of things and check us out over at YouTube at liveosg.com. Get you right over to our YouTube channel. And while you're on YouTube, why don't you go ahead, like and subscribe, hit the bell, do all that fun stuff, share us away. From the YouTube side, you can share us to as many groups or as many places you want as you're allowed to, because I don't want you getting kicked out of any groups or any fun things like that. But from the YouTube side, you can totally share us out to across the nation, to across the world, across the globe, across the universe. Sure. So from there, but that's liveosg.com. If you go there. Otherwise, if you want to stay on Facebook, which no problemo, man, you can stay on Facebook. Go ahead and head over to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give permission. And then you should, I'm saying should, be able to show your username, because sometimes it just doesn't work. Dark meat, yeah. So that's the thing, is I wouldn't eat out of it again, but I've been known to do weird stuff. But that's probably one thing I wouldn't do, is eat out of it again. But yeah, totally, in the oven. It's just that simple, right? Trial and error, exactly. You just emailed Renee across the fears, let you know if I hear back. Well, we're gonna find out. Ree, good evening to you. Let's see who else are here. Debbie, I always buy at least one more than I need anything, just in case. Absolutely, that's a great thing to happen, especially with mugs. I buy them by the case, because a lot of times your mugs are going to show up, 2 or 3 are going to be broke, because hey, it's shipping and ship happens. So you just gotta plan for that. So I always order extra as well, just so I can have it in there. And that's just part of having, you don't need to have 30 extra. Having 2 to 5 extra is great. So that way you have some stock in here. As you start, if you're going to do nothing but pet bowls, then you're going to buy, a quantity base of them, so that way you can get a cheaper price on them. And then as you start selling them, you'll do a weekly build to order. You'll do an order every day, so you always have that same amount in here. Retail. So on those, on the big ones, I'd retail 35. The little ones, probably 30. Your cost is, you're doing the personalization of it. You're doing, the people aren't just buying this with this, they're buying you and your business. Like I said earlier, people are going to the dollar store, buying the cheap dollar bowls and putting on vinyl, and they're selling those for $15, $20 all day long. So I say something that is a hard, good, solid bowl, that is sublimation, which isn't coming off or anything, you should definitely be in the $30, $35 range. Would be nice if you do a giveaway on your demo items with the random number generator. We've discussed this before, Terry, but here's the thing, is that we've got people watching from 4 different places right now, so I don't know how to get them all in one place. So about the only way we can usually do it is if I can have them all go to one video and then comment, and then I can pull something from there. So that is definitely something to keep on track, which, yeah, because I could probably scroll and do the fun scrolling the jigger thing. We'll check into that because we have given some stuff away. We have shipped some stuff out. We could probably just see, and that's definitely something more to look at. So close, Masters of Success. See, I didn't even think about it that time. Boom, just go there. Yeah, way more than BNI, and I'm not exactly. I'm not bagging BNI. The one that I had here, it was horrible because it was all about sales. Bring me those leads. Bring me those leads. Bring me those leads. And it was like half of the show was that, it was like half that hour that I'm there, 2 hours, whatever. It was bad. So I didn't pick up a whole lot from it for there. Pork yesterday, yes. So I did a pork butt in the smoker yesterday. I did it hot and fast. So I had a pork butt in the smoker. I did it at 300 to 325. I had it in there till it hit 165, wrapped it, threw it back in there. That bad boy was done. It was a 12-pounder, and it was done in 5 hours. Ooh. Man, I am not going back to the other way ever again because that worked out there. Hopefully you can see me now. Yes, Shannon, I can see you now. See, StreamYard can work when it wants to work there. All right, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeeks. We're going to see what's going to happen. You guys can see that now. I looked over there, and I can even look through there, and we're going to see what happens. The heating element just kicked on. We got 2 minutes to rock and roll and go from there. So we'll get gloves ready. We'll move some stuff so I don't die because this is going to be hot because this is ceramic. And we're not putting this in we're not dipping this or anything like that. So we're going to clear out a little space. We're going to see what happens and try and go from there. Because it might be one of those things where I'm not 100% sure on, once I take that wrap off of it, if I could necessarily put it back on without burning myself. And I don't want to burn myself. I'm not down with that. One of the other things too is depending on the size of this, like with that oven, if I take that tray out of there, I might be able to get 2 of them in there. So you got to think about that too, and how many you can do at a time. Maybe I could cock and rolled it something, or wingy wonged it. I don't know. I could figure out something and get 2 or 3 in there if it stood the one way. So, if you're going to do something, make sure that the items that you're going to do is going to fit, because that's the last thing that you want to do is, not have something that's going to fit the oven is going to fit the things you need. Because I do mugs and people say that they rotate them halfway through. Why? I haven't had any issue with it. Just leave them the same way it was. Riesman experiment with sublimation, not as bad as you thought. No, it's not. It's a lot of testing. Once you got to do that testing and get that down. Once you get that down, then you're fine with it. Keep your journal, knock your stuff down, your notes of what it is, where your time and temps are. So that way, hey, it stays consistent with it. Because once you have that, then you're off to the races. Sublimation is probably one of the most fascinating things that are out there because of the process of it, and how rich and colorful things can get, and the thousands upon thousands of products that you can do. Now, me personally, I stay away from apparel. It doesn't like me. I don't like it. And I have somebody else that takes care of it for me. So it works really well. Hard goods, I love hard goods because once you have them down, super simple to do. You don't have to worry about anything else. And there's money to be made in the hard goods. Ornaments, we should get together and get, woo! There's the timer. That's something we'll need to talk about here soon, about getting our ornaments together. Now, if you can see, if you look in there, I can start to see where the paw, I'm going to try and point over to it for you can see, where you can see the paw start to come through from there. So you can see the paw. So I'm going to think we're pretty good on this. So we're going to get our gloves. And we're going to pull this bad boy out because it's going to be hot, and I don't want to burn myself. So we're gonna kick it up and see what we got. All right, so open up, pull out, close, and it's hot. It's hot, man. I can see where some had some issues at. I can see that right here. And this thing, it's hot, kids. Holy moly, macaroni. It is hot. I'm gonna kick this over here. We're gonna move this guy. And that way we've got that. And I can move that down a little right here. We're gonna put this in and we're gonna see what kind of magic stuff we had happen. So first thing is try not to burn myself taking these off, right? Because this is the first time I've used this one. So, oh look, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna reveal it your way. Ready? Maybe. All right, here you go. Woo! Look at that. Looky. Oh, because it is hot. It is hot, man. So that tape is on there. So for Aaron saying the tape doesn't stick, the tape's on there. Just saying. But look at the colors on that. I think that came out magically. And look at that. That's where we wrapped it down at. So it came down the thing. Had it a little at the top where you can see the P is just right there, just peeking over the edge. So a little off, but hey, that's something that is a learning thing with it. Something that that I didn't talk about, that we need to talk about. Oh, this is hot. This is hot. Is that I should have put blowout paper on it. Reason being, boom, boom. See that? Didn't even think about that. So I should have had paper underneath there so that didn't happen, because that will happen. So now I have to make sure that I do that each and every other time so I don't do that anymore. I'm going to not burn myself. But holy macaroni. I think that turned out pretty good. Pretty good. Even for a little mess up overall, I think my dog's going to be happy that she got a little custom bowl on it. Now, put that over there, and I can feel the heat radiating off that. I'm going to turn off that oven. And as somebody said here, what's on the bottom of it? I don't know. I don't know if I had something on the bottom of it. It's hot. Let me see what's on the bottom of it. Was there something on the bottom of it? Oh, I think so that's me, because this is these are my grill gloves. And yeah, I'm marking it all up. So once it's not hot, I'm going to have to fix that. But so make sure if you're going to use gloves that you're not your grill gloves, because mine are at the store. So amazing, right? Oh, well, learn something. I'm not sure I understand either. I'm going to turn this bad boy off because that is hot. Stay on. Ding. Ding done. So that's what we have. What do we have here? No logos on my shirt. Well, so I have my sweatshirt right there. And if you've worked around an oven or heat press, it gets hot, man. So I had to take my hoodie off before there, and I'm too fat and too lazy to run upstairs too quick to get back here before it started to swap out shirts, because at the shop, it's amazing because I have shirts everywhere. Here, I haven't made it that far yet where I can just grab a shirt off the rack and throw it on there. So we will we'll get that taken care of eventually. Ree's overcooked a couple of my mugs. Yeah, it's just a learning process. You'll get the hang of it there. I was thinking the same thing. See, I'm not the only one who noticed these things. What did I miss? Sandy, did I miss Sandy? Oh, logos. Yes. See, usually I'm good, and it's right there. I swear to you, it's right there. It seems a little hot. It was a little hot. It was really hot. It was 400 degrees hot, man. That will burn. So yeah, definitely be careful when doing that. Thanks, Ree. Thanks, Shannon. Thank you, sir. Anytime Aaron tells me something looks good until I ruin it, it looks great. Look, nice to know it looks good without the wrap. Well, it does have the wrap because it's this. This is the silicone wrap for it. So you can use the shrink wrap for it, or you can use the silicone. That's what I used, was the silicone wrap for it, which I've seen people make their own versions of this. And hey, maybe that's on a future edition of Tuesday with Todd, where I try and make my own silicone wrap and we see how well that works. I don't know. We'll go. Corey can smell it upstairs, so she can smell the heat. So that's good to know. If you, Facebook user, you're late, whatever. I don't know who you are. StreamYard.com/Facebook. Give permission that I can say, give you your proper hello. Yeah, whoops. And that was the thing. I literally was running around and was like, oh, I got to grab the grill gloves real quick. It was because I did pulled pork yesterday, and I pulled that out of there and set it there, and it was sitting right next to the smoker, and didn't even think about it. Whatever, things happen. Yeah, the dog will love the extra flavor, right? And it'll probably wash off. I don't know. We'll see. So that, my friends, is doing. You can see how simple it is to do a pet bowl in an oven, and you don't need any fancy oven. That's like the $50 oven from Walmart. It's nothing fancy by any means. If I was actually going to do it and use that, what I would probably recommend is get something that has a digital readout, so you can know, because that one just has the timer on it, or not the timer, the dial. So you're not 100% sure, so you'll need to put a thermometer inside of it to make sure you're right there at temperature. Otherwise, you can upgrade to the digital one so that way you can actually set the time for it. A timer, a separate timer for it. You can use your phone for it, but since it's not made to have that, because I think in sublimation, or I think in that oven, once you have a timer, it'll set to that, and then when it's done, it'll shut off. Which, if you're doing a bunch of them, you don't want to. If you're doing a bunch of them, you don't want it to shut off, so it has to keep reheating in that. So I think having a standalone timer for it works out perfect for it. The bags for the shrink wrap, like I said, mine weren't big enough for it. They probably would have been on the cat bowl, because they do have a cat bowl as well. They probably would have been perfect for that size for it. Super cheap to do to get those there, because these wraps are $40 to $60 depending where they're from, and it's a silicone with a locking edge on it. So they're $40 to $60. So if you want to do it right, you need to get a wrap or use the subli wrap. Either one of those are going to give you it should give you the same results, whether it's wrap or that. We've done the mug both ways, and it was fine. So with that, you can get into it. You can get into it at fairly cheap for it. And like I said, you're going to retail these, $30, $35. That's where I would put it at. You can always offer discounts on that, but it's a lot easier to bring down prices than take up. So remember that with it there too. Who else do we have here? FYI, Facebook user. Yeah, FU, Facebook user. That's true, right? Oh, and it was Sarah. Sarah is hard to really offend. She's from Wisconsin. They got the Packers for a football team. What's a Packer? I don't know. Yeah, Sandy, I mean, you can do any, I'm not going to say any of your sublimation things in there, but anything that can be done with a wrap. So, mug press does a mug press is great. Mug press is great for mugs, cylindrical items. But when you start to get those odd shapes, latte cups, bowls, what am I missing? Latte, that's, yeah. Because you can do mugs, you can do tumblers, you can do that. You can do it more with an oven. The other thing, too, is that you can fit more in an oven. So, you can fit 3, 4, depending on what it is. So you can do more at a time. Mug press generally takes less time. So that's something to consider, too, when you start looking at, time, money, things like that, which way to go with it. I like being able to do it there. It works out. It works out really well. So to actually say FU to Facebook, you'd have to say FU. That is true. I would have to say FU. But I wouldn't never say FU. I would try not to. Jane S has got to get to your practice. You have a great night. Make them cheer loud and proud. Is that how that goes? If you want to go to a bigger oven where you can pull lots of mugs and bowls and look, yeah, absolutely. Look for a restaurant supply store to find some used ovens. Find a restaurant auction. Unfortunately, the last restaurants are going out of business. So with that, yes, two issues that are two things to think about with that. One, check Craigslist, check Facebook Marketplace, check eBay, tons of stuff from there. And there's a bunch of restaurant industry auction places that's all they deal with is restaurant supply equipment. One thing to remember when you get those is check the voltage on it. Is, if it's 220 or 110. If it's 220, you'll need to make sure that you have that 220 outlet. But you're talking from there, you can get a nice rolling racks, and you could do, I wouldn't even, on some of them, 100 mugs at a time. So you could really kill it in your mug game with it. Yeah, shot glasses, George. Absolutely. So you can get the wraps for anything. The shrink wrap would be perfect for shot glasses because that's a small. I like the large one because even with this one, it works great for the small bowl, but I can't use it on the large one. The large one, I can go in and manipulate this and make this smaller, bigger, whatever, to fit a few different substrates. So having it, having those bag wraps is a great thing to be able to do those smaller, weirder things because hey, that's what it is the subli. What are those called? The subli sacks, subli bags. Have I done plates? So way back in the day, I did plates. I got a 5-in-1 from somebody just to see what the deal with it was. It was because a lot of the elements weren't good because of where it screws in it. But I'm like, oh, a plate thing. I don't know what I'd ever use it for besides Santa gifts. I think if you're going to do plates, 5-in-1, that's an option. Otherwise, the 3D vacuum press is going to be what you're going to use for that because on those, it'll allow it to suck down and actually hold it in there. Same thing with a slate; it'll hold it in there, a lot better. So a 3D vacuum press, which maybe I need to get one of those to show off all the fun things with that. For shot glasses, get some of that silicone, cut it to size, and use a binder clip. Yeah, I've seen tons of people do that where that's all they're doing is they're using the silicone, the silicone sheets, and they're using the binder clips. They're bringing it in there, making it tight, putting the binder clip on it. So maybe that's. I think next week we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do the cutting boards. Glass cutting boards is, I do believe, gonna be next week, but maybe the week after. That'll give me a chance to try out a couple different things on how to make some of these wraps for you. And then I'm just going to give it to Aaron and say they're going to be for sale on montco.biz, and gives him something else to do, is to make wraps because it was his idea and I can't take that away from him. So we'll give that away. Will that give it enough pressure? Using the silicone wraps, the binder clip? Absolutely, because it's pretty much the same thing. When you're putting this around here, you're bringing it tight and that clip is holding it together. So when you bring that around tight, that binder clip is going to hold it together. So I think it would hold just fine. We'll test it out and see. So maybe 3 weeks from now, let's set I'm going to put out a calendar of what each week is going to be. Do an event for it. That way I can prepare for it and have things ready to go. Next week, we'll do glass cutting boards, and we're going to do that on a clamshell because people say you can't, and I'm going to say you can. And then we'll come back to silicone wraps, and we'll make some with binder clips to see what we can do and what we can mess up, and we'll put those in the oven. And then we'll go to slates because people say you can't do those in the clamshell too, and I do those. So that looks like there's the next 3 shows: cutting boards, silicone wraps, homemade silicone wraps, followed up by those things, those slates. So we'll go from there. Do I use a vacuum press? No. I've used one before. I actually had an issue with the seal on the top. It was I took a chance and bought one of those China ones to see what I could do from there. Because it was like a third of the price of buying one here in the States. And I'm like, yo, why not give it a shot for that? And it worked for a little bit, but that bladder in it just kept popping it, and it just I just had issues with it, and I didn't have any real support behind it. And that's what happens when you buy things from overseas. You're not going to get really the support from it. Since I didn't have a whole lot into it, I took it as a learning and just chucked it. But maybe I will go into it and do that again because, hey, I do things for you to see how they are. And while we're talking about things for you, Aaron needs ideas for Small Business Saturday for next week. Thoughts from the Tuesday with Todd viewers. So what kind of things would you like Aaron to talk about on Small Business Saturdays? Now, if you don't know what Small Business Saturdays are, every Saturday at 8 a.m., Aaron talks about small businesses. Small Business Saturday. No, it's very informative where it'll have guest information, things to help your small business grow, to help you personally, professionally, and financially grow bigger. That's the small business side of it. There's tons of great information on there. There's been tons of great guests. And one of the best things I like about it is that it is very crowdsourced. So when somebody talks about things that they want, hey, it follows right in line with our success group and how we do training. So it works hand in hand with that. So if you've got ideas, post them in the group. Post them up in the group. post them in the comments here. Come back and let us know, hey, this is what we should have for a topic. So while we come up with topics for that, remember, tomorrow night we have training. Tomorrow is AdWords. You can go over to OurSuccessGroup.com to sign up for that. Sign up for the monthly membership. You'll be good to go. You can go back and watch last week's on YouTube, and we've got AdWords this week. And then in the next 3 weeks, because this is a 5-weeker in a row, we've got Instagram, email marketing, and Facebook marketing. So with these 5, this is going to set you up to have a phenomenal fourth quarter because, hey, we're rolling right into Christmas, and that last week of training, 12 weeks to Christmas. So you're going to have some great information. This is great content to be able to put everything together to have a great, great holiday season. And this is going to be the biggest holiday season for online shopping ever. So you need to be out there and you need to take a part of it, because if you're not, somebody else is, and the thing is, value your time, value your work, don't undercut yourself, don't take jobs that you won't want to do. I turned down a couple jobs today from customers because I just didn't want to do them. It just wasn't worth it financially to me, because I knew I was going to have 3 or 4 hours in one shirt, and I can't make money off that. And I was honest with them. I said, here's what our rates are. I said, this is what we're going to have in it. If you want to spend $500 for a shirt, I will absolutely do it for you. But you're wanting me to you want me to create something from nothing and not giving a whole lot of information. So that's not gonna be really, the most economical thing for either one of us. So tomorrow night, OurSuccessGroup.com. Yeah, OurSuccessGroup.com. I totally blanked on that one. OurSuccessGroup.com. You can still sign up for that. Class starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Sign up. I guarantee it is going to be it's going to be the best thing going on tomorrow night. You're not going to find something better that's going to help you and your business. So definitely sign up for it. And if you don't believe me, ask in the group. And when I say ask in the group, I should probably go and say, what group are you talking about, Todd? Because I don't know. So if you're watching on Facebook, head over to liveosg.com. There's our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. You can also find me at youtube.com/fatdadwholesale, that YouTube channel over there, where these put up there, and we're going to have more informational things. As we print things, we're going to have those on there, so you can check that out. Like and subscribe, share, do that fun stuff. If you're watching on the YouTube side, you can head over to our groups I'm going to look and see if I have a banner for the group. I might not. Otherwise, you can find everything over in the link tree. Yeah, go to the link tree. And then you can find everything over there. One other thing, as we're talking, I don't have any samples here with me, but the printed HTV patterns and the adhesive craft vinyl, those are on sale this month, or there's a discount code on it. Regular discount code is the BB10 from the group. It gets you 10% off, but Tuesday with Todd, remember, I don't put this out there. I don't type it in. I don't put it out there. It's just through here. TWT15 will save you 15% off during the month of September. So this is where you're going to find that at. What else do we have on here? We'll catch up. We'll see where it is. Will there be a W of this? I don't know what a W is. A win, like the W flag, go Cubs go? Possibly. Yeah. Will there be a W? A replay of W? I don't know. What's a W? FU, Facebook user? Who is you? I do not know. I went into a place and they were making thousands of shot glasses a day. They were going into gift shops, national parks, and they were doing binder clips and silicone. They looked great, and the production was fast getting them off. Hey, and I'm sure that was a conveyor oven, right? Where they just loaded them up on the front and sent it through, and it came out the back it came. When to know to hire help and details surrounding logistics of that. Ooh, there's a good topic for you, Aaron. When to hire somebody. Recaps, highlights, the Sublimation Summit. Only if I win something. I will do a recap of 2 classes of Aaron's classes because I know those classes. Actually, that's the thing is there's there's plenty of classes to take. You've got 3 days of training with it, live giveaways every day at 5. So make sure if you're going to the summit, you stick around for the live giveaways on that. There. Great idea from Sarah. The key is to know how much your time is worth, and if you can get rid of something, how much money would it make to others? Yeah, that whole thing there. What else do we have? Any force for blank bags to use for Santa bags? Touchy subject here. So here's the thing. I can get them. I've got some, but not enough to offload. and as much as I talk about people in group buys and how, it can kind of be a sketch deal on it, you know me, I'm not going to, you know where to find me every week. I'm not going to be flying by night there. So if it is something that somebody is interested, I can get them, and they would be here, I think right now, end of October, I think is where it is. I'll post in the group. I'll see if people are interested. If people are interested, because I think I've got to get like 1,000 of them. If people are interested in it, then I will do it. And I think prices are going to be about $5-6 a bag. So they're going to be, there's a couple different patterns from you'd use HTV for them, not sublimation. So you'd have to use HTV for them. And we can talk more about it. I'll put it up and see if there's any interest. It was one of those where I just don't want to overcommit on something and have a bunch of it set around. So replay, yes, Facebook user. If you go to liveosg.com, you can find all the replays there on YouTube. Any of our Facebook channels, you can go back in there. You can also find it at youtube.com/fatdadwholesale. That's where all the replays could be. Last week's OSG training was great. Great to hear, Jerry. That's what we strive to hear every week, that the training was great. And I'm glad that, people take something away from it. Angela Berry. Oh, yes, you can check it. Oh, yeah. So Angela is our replay because Angela was actually interested in this. Angela, what I'll do is when this is done, I will send you the link to it. So once we're done and it uploads, I'll send you the link to it so you can go back and watch it. So I will get you taken care of on that one there. Conveyor. Yep. Yeah, that you sold them because you're cool like that. Be interested? Cool. All right. So, yes, Santa Sex, you can do it. I'll even put them on monco.biz. So then we have the logistics of it. So there's the whole back end of it. The logistics of it is now we have them there and then ship here. And oh, yeah. Remember, we said we weren't going to get into selling blanks. But hey, we are going to do what we can do to take care of people. So if there's an interest for them, I will put it in the group. I'll see if people are interested, and I've got to have that minimum right there or pretty close to it, so I'm not sitting on crazy amounts of Santa sacks. But let's roll with it, right? Or something. What's the worst that could happen? I'm stuck with Santa sacks till next year. So yes, so this must be Angela. You're welcome, Angela. As soon as this is up, we'll get there. So we're sitting at our hour mark. Like I said, tonight we did sublimation on pet bowls. We used an oven for it. We used our Epson printer that we converted, a 7610 that we converted with ink from Cobra Ink. Not sure where the bowls came from because, like I said, I bought somebody out and it was in a box of stuff and they weren't labeled. So I'm not 100% sure, but I do know Condi carries them, JPP carries them, and Coastal carries them. I do know that those three carry them. Like I said, our time attempt. All right. It's all right, I can clean it. So it's warm, but you can see that that's how that came out pretty good. So that was 400 degrees for 17 minutes. And I really like how that came out. Colors on it, everything looks really good on it. So I will take a picture of that and post it in there for you too. We get that out there. We're set. Other than that, like I said, training tomorrow night, OSG training. We are in there 5 keys of marketing. So if you're not signed up for that, go ahead and sign up for it. I guarantee it's going to be worth it because the amount that it's going to cost you to sign up for it, you will make that back during the holiday season as long as you follow the advice and instructions that we give you. So it is well worth it for you to do. And I can honestly say that if somebody doesn't make 10 times the cost of what the monthly membership is, then they're doing something wrong because they will definitely be able to go from there. All right, so we got that tomorrow. Then we've got 2 regular guys on Friday at the number 2 regularguys.com. You can go there, get the link for it. That's at 10 a.m. on Friday morning, and then followed up with Small Business Saturday with Aaron at 8 a.m. this Saturday morning. Until next time, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you. We still got to figure out the sign-off thing, but we'll eventually get it figured out. So we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Keep pressing. Do some fun stuff like that. I don't know. Whatever. You guys stay fresh cheese bags.